I think Team Rasmelthor is the favorite, or I think they are the favorites in this matchup. I think that they overall had a much more consistent performance throughout league play. I expect them to win here, which is also pretty cool. Hey, I've been giving Team T-Bates a lot of credit because they were able to do really well with a quote-unquote sub-squad. Team Rasmelthor is another quote-unquote sub-squad because Catalysm and Tox were Rasmelthor's third and fourth picks. He didn't get his first and second picks, Alpha 54 and K-Dot. So he had to get AtomiK to sub in for, or to transfer to his team. That was Cole's fourth pick, and they've been looking pretty good. Okay, looks like we're going to get into Team Raz versus Team Shogun. Nice, so we've got everybody in here. This is going to be good. This is going to be good. I like that I don't even have to worry about this one. But yeah, I'm going to be streaming all the matches as well today because I'm in all the lobbies anyway to make them with admin mode. I think we're going to get Smellsworth to join us later on as well. If he's eliminated, we'll be bringing him in here. Another shout out as well to Smellsworth. He helped me organize this event, and it wouldn't have been possible without him. And his team's dominating. He deserves it for all the work he's put into this. No less important was his voiceover for the SMAD trailer. If you haven't watched it already, definitely give it a look. It's very funny. Yeah, we'll be broadcasting the matches, even if his team's eliminated, even if my team's eliminated. We'll keep broadcasting the matches anyway. We'll do a little bit of a non-biased. Maybe we'll cast. We'll see what happens. We'll see what the vibe is. See how we're feeling about it. Just so we get more POVs of this. Already, it looks like Team Raz off to a good start here. First killer was quoted earlier on in the event saying, "Who is Catalysm? I don't know who Catalysm is." And then when somebody told him that that was toxic, when he was being called out for toxicity, he said, "It's not toxic. I'm just being honest. I have no idea who that is." So yeah, hopefully First Killer is watching, because not only can he learn more about Catalysm as a player, but he can also see what it's like to play in an international playoff. Something I don't think he's ever had a chance to do in Rocket League yet. It's got a different, vibe than all the other events that we've seen. I'm sure one day First Killer will have a chance to do just this. Anyway, who is Catalysm, you might be asking? Welcome, by the way, to all the North American viewers who are tuning in today to find out who the best team in the world is. Now that we've already established who the best region is. Well, Catalysm is a player for German Amigos who suddenly in the spring split of last season came out of nowhere and started taking games, started taking series off top teams in Europe. And in the off-season, they have been dominating even more. He plays with Ivan from Austria and his fellow countryman Ryzex, who I'm really happy has got a good team for himself, because he got kicked off multiple rosters and everybody's wondering, why is everybody dropping this guy? Now he's landed on a roster and they're all doing well. Ooh, good shot and save there. So yeah, Catalysm is a really good player. I rate him. I myself nominated him for the draft, and the other managers agreed that he should be a part of it. So I think he's a really good player. I think he's on the come up as well. I think he's already one of the top players in Europe, and I think he's only going to get better as well. So you got to keep an eye on this guy. Very smart, very mechanical. He's a very good player all around. Tox and AtomiK, more well known, of course. Tox had a regional final with his team Giants this season, and there was also a regional. Tox also had a regional final with SK Gaming. He had two regional finals, I believe, for two different teams, if I'm not mistaken. And on top of that, or was it a regional semi? How far did SK Gaming go? Does anybody want to remind me, just in case I'm getting that wrong? I think they made a regional final, didn't they? Against Solary, and they lost, but it was really close. I think they were winning. Yeah, they were a regional final. They nearly won it. They were 5 seconds away from winning, then they conceded an equalizer, and then lost to game 7. Or was it Guild? Final followed by semi. Yeah, they got final versus Guild, then semi with Solary. True. Okay, got it. Yeah, Solary lost the final that one. Okay, so got it. Right. It's all coming back. It's all flooding back. He used such a deep region. It's hard to remember all the teams and all the results. It's not just like, oh, look at that, NRG won again. We're all so bad. Nobody can beat them. It's a totally different every time in Europe. We don't have like that one team dominating everybody. You never know what's gonna happen. Oh! Rasmelthor is all over Shogun here. All over him, but has noly sniped it? Okay, he missed. That might have been a goal. I don't think anybody was catching it if it was on target. Too easy to bait Twitch chat. What are you talking about, bait? What do you mean? Just speaking facts. Nothing but facts, history. Nothing but facts. Yeah, I think Team Shogun is in a bit of trouble here. Even though on paper you'd think that they would be the better team, you're looking at FairJame, who ended up winning RLCS Season X in Europe with Team Vitality. You've got Tox and Catalysm going up against them, who are a German duo, but you're also up, you're up against noly and Deevo, an English duo who had more success in RLCS Season X. That just goes to show how much of an improvement the German players have made recently at the tail end of RLCS Season X and indeed in the off season. Germany's been on the rise, whereas England, they've been kind of just producing pretty consistent results compared to the last split. Oh, what? How's that goal? No way. What did AtomiK see here? AtomiK was under a bit of pressure. There's a player near him. Oh, he pre-jumped. Oh, you probably shouldn't pre-jump there. That's rough. If he just like chilled, if he didn't pre-jump, then he would have easily saved this, but he expected FairJame to shoot that into the top shelf of the net, and FairJame very intelligently shot low. He knew AtomiK might pre-jump this, because he does play for Team Queso. And of course, Team Queso play Rocket League with different rules than the rest of us. Yeah, most of us play by the rules like, rotate back post and try to not leave your net open. Queso, they don't play by either of those rules. They pre-jump everything. So, good read there by FairJame. Oh, AtomiK almost redeemed himself. Did somebody really write EU defense? That's hilarious. I love that. I'm honestly proud of NA for sticking to their guns. I'm proud of them because I would have done the same thing. If NA had dominated SMAD, I would have done the same thing. I would have stuck to my guns. I would have tweeted everything that got tweeted about SMAD. But from the other perspective, I'm so proud of them. We picked the perfect people for the job. The NA managers were selected just to a T by myself and Smellsworth. We reached out to them all. We were delighted that they all wanted to be a part of this. Oh, what a save. They're not going to get the win anyway. It's a comeback win for Shogun. Wow, bit of a throw here for Team Raz, but well played at the end there by Tox. That's a crazy save, to be honest. That is a crazy save. He was being chased, still managed to get the save. Bit unlucky it didn't go clear. Sick save. Still, Team Shogun get the win. Yeah, we selected the NA GMs absolutely perfectly. They completely threw the draft, and then they produced a metric ton of memes after losing the event. That's exactly what we were hoping. Throw the event and then make some memes. That's all that we put in their contract, and they nailed it. They delivered. Okay, let's see if Team Raz can bounce back here. I think they will. That was a very, very close finish. Team Shogun needed to pull it out of the bag there. Why is the end so big in this broadcaster mic? It's a pop filter, so it doesn't make a big explosion if I say a heavy sounding letter. Team Raz have been very close to just scoring a lot, but they've not had the accuracy. They keep hitting the post, keep hitting the crossbar. Oh, now that's an EU clear right there. That is an EU clear. Just right next to the ceiling, but doesn't quite touch it. Unfortunately, the shooting is a bit more North America. We're seeing lots of crossbars today. Who said NA weren't going to be playing today? Just look at the shooting accuracy of these two teams. If you squint your eyes, you might think it's NA playing. If you squint your eyes just enough that you can't read the nameplates, you're like, yeah, that's NA gameplay right there. That's NA. The cultured clear. Yeah, people ask why is the salt mine not a 1v1 event here? People miss the point. Salt mine was never just supposed to be 1v1. It's all about farming as much salt as possible. And where are you going to get a higher concentration of salt than NA losing an international tournament? obviously this fits the salt mine brand perfectly. Another massive chance goes astray for Team Rasmelthor. They're beating it really big here with the accuracy. More competition, invite OCE next time. Yeah, that was a bit of a blunder on our side. We shouldn't have. Oh, cheeky by noly there. Yeah, we should really have picked 2 more evenly matched regions. That was our bad. We'll take full responsibility for that. That was on us. Smell Esports and Boy Gets Media are fully to blame. That's nothing to do with Psyonix at all. That was all our mistake. Yeah, we definitely want to show appreciation to Psyonix for allowing this event to go ahead. Of course, Psyonix are, for 99.99% of the time, a completely unbiased organization regionally. But of course, they are in North America, and I believe all of the Psyonix Esports team are North American. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I don't know if that's still the truth. Don't know if they have any recent hires that are European. But they probably knew what was going to happen here. Psyonix, they're really smart, and they know that NA was probably going to get smashed in this event, but they still allowed it to go ahead anyway because they care about giving the fans what they want to see, and they care about supporting the off-season with tournaments. So massive respect to Psyonix. They knew that NA is going to get destroyed, but they didn't let that influence their decision making, and they not only allowed us to be on this event, but they sponsored it as well. So we could not have done this without Psyonix. Nothing but appreciation for them. Okay, Catalysm and Tox AtomiK Rasmelthor up 1-0 again. They have looked like the better team. They have looked like the better team today. But they threw it away in game 1 with the pre-jump that should never have been. Oh! noly's been pretty close. noly's getting closer and closer to scoring. Hey, I've got an idea, guys. I've got an idea. There's a lot of people, I've been seeing a lot of people saying that NA's top players weren't playing. I've got an idea. Just get your top players to put together a super team and then arrange a show match against whoever wins SMAD. How about that? That's a good idea, right? If they want to defend the region, whoever wins SMAD just needs to show match whoever you guys think the top NA players that didn't play this event are. Then we can see NA take another L. And I don't know what NA would do then. Please no. Yeah, see, that's the correct response. Please no. That is a self-aware NA fan. He's like, oh no. We just need the copium of what might have happened. Don't make it actually happen. No, don't actually make the event happen. I want to see it though. Like I said yesterday, I would have loved to see Justin and SMAD and every other player that NA wanted. JNaps wasn't able to play, Rettles wasn't able to play, Chicago wasn't able to play. I would have loved to see them all in SMAD. Absolutely loved it. I wanted NA to have the most stacked lineup possible, because that's what EU is always looking for. EU just wants the top competition. We don't want to go 6-0 in league play. That's just too easy. Too easy. Monkey Moon DM'd me after the event. What was even the point of inviting NA? Then like 10 Z's. He's fallen asleep over here. He's like, when can we get to the good games? I'm actually serious. He did send me this DM. Oh, good save, but it's not going to matter. AtomiK actually scoring a second on 0. He could have just let that drop. That's more like what we expect to see from Team Rasmelthor here. They coming out with the win in game 2. And yeah, I still think that they're going to take this. I still think that they're going to progress. Ooh, Team Cole versus Team Rasmelthor. Who would win that? That is interesting. Who would win Rasmelthor versus Cole? I think I would have to say, I think Cole, but barely. It's close. It's close. Maybe I'm ready to lean towards Team Rasmelthor because they've looked really good in both these games. If AtomiK doesn't pre-jump on the last game, they're 2-0 up here. Simple as that. Yeah, the AtomiK versus AtomiK game was hilarious. I loved Siz's tweet about the AtomiK versus AtomiK. That was absolute gold. I watched back the VOD of Rizzo and Sizz like plotting their tweets after losing SMAD, and it was so funny. I couldn't stop laughing. I also couldn't stop laughing at Dazarin's descent into madness. If you want some quality content, go and look at the last like 30 minutes of Dazarin's stream yesterday as he just like sinks further and further into his chair as his team loses for the 6th time in a row in the event. It's so funny. By the end, he's like hysterically laughing because he's gone through all of the pain, through all of the despair, and now he's just completely hysterical. It's so good. Yeah, Sizz and Rizzo were hilarious as well. So funny. And also rolled it. I think T-Bates, as soon as his team was done playing, went offline, and I think Athena, when her team was done playing, went back to ranked. But Roldes, Dazarin, Rizzo, and Sizz, they settled for a minute to like take in what had happened. They gave their reactions. The 5 stages of grief. Dazarin just went through them all in rounds 2 through 6 this event. Like every league play round was another stage of grief for Dazarin and his squad. I honestly can't believe it went that badly for them, though. I thought that team was going to do okay. I thought they were going to be middle of the table. I really did. I thought Dazarin's team would be middle of the table. Yeah, Yukio's tweet was a banger. It was had me laughing. It did. I think Rizzo and Sizz read out Yukio's tweet, and they were trying not to laugh and like trying not to trying not to acknowledge how good of a tweet it was. But they knew, and it was really funny to see. Better start to the game for Shogun actually here. Better start to the game. I'm really curious after this event what Noly's opinion of Fairy Peak will be, because he roasted Fairy Peak on First Touch podcast. I think he roasted Fairy Peak and K-Dop. He said that they're both washed and that they're past it. And then of course Fairy Peak and K-Dop went and won RLCS Season X while Guild like bombed out without winning a series. So that one backfired on Noly pretty bad, and he did have a little bit of a Twitter meltdown, but I wonder what his opinion of Fairy Peak is after playing with him in this event. Lovely pass through by Catalysm. Beautiful. Unmissable shot for Tox. 1-0 Rasmelthor once again. I don't think I said. I don't remember saying I'm disappointed in BDS losing to Vitality. I can't remember if I said that, but it doesn't sound like something I would have said, to be honest. Because I remember giving a lot of takes in the event, or on the Vitality beating BDS, both privately and publicly, and my thoughts on it were pretty consistently happy for Vitality, because I was the one who was saying that they were going to come back strong in the championships. I was the one who said this. I believed in them to make the final. I didn't think they would beat BDS, but I was the one who was believing them to make the final. You can go and look at my tweets and any VODs prior to the event. I had full faith in Vitality coming back. So they had a bad spring split, but I knew that was just because they're taking it easy after already securing top 2, and they know how to show up. They got grand final in both of the regionals before they were guaranteed top 2, and they got grand final and won the championships. It's obvious that they're going to bounce back. It's Fairy Peak K-Dop. Oh, hold up. Hold up. Catalysm and Noly are locked in here. I think Catalysm actually got pushed over. That wasn't a break off the headlock. I think Noly actually just got underneath Catalysm a little bit there. Don't think they intended to pull away from each other. Yeah, I didn't say that. I was happy for Vitality. I was, of course, you know, it's disappointing for BDS, and I was sad for BDS, but I was equally happy, if not more so, for Vitality, because personally I know those guys for a lot longer time, and I have nothing against BDS at all. I really respect them as a team, and I admire what they've accomplished. But I was more happy for Vitality than I was sad for BDS when Vitality won. I wasn't really sad at all for BDS losing. I was sad for the way they played, because I know for them that's not the way they wanted to lose. If they're going to lose, they wanted to go out playing more of the Rock League they've been playing all season, and they didn't do that. They fell apart a little bit at the start of that series, and then they couldn't get it together towards the end. The Vitality were just great, so full credit to them. 150 by AtomiK. Oh my goodness, he's just going to roll through everybody here. AtomiK is crushing it. Team Rasmelthor also looking very good. Oh, that is a shot from Catalysm. Told you, you got to keep an eye on this guy. That's why we nominate him for the draft, ladies and gentlemen. This guy's absolutely on fire right now. You know, Rasmelthor's team, they might have lost his first 2 picks, but the team still looks pretty good. They got that German synergy, the German efficiency of Tox and Catalysm. You throw in AtomiK there, who I think it was ridiculous that AtomiK went through to last pick. I actually got so when the draft was happening, once I'd picked Monkey Moon, I'd already decided I was going to go with 2 French players if I could, and especially Casio Exotic, because these guys have played IWO together. But for my last pick, I was deciding between a Chronic and AtomiK. And the reason I went for a Chronic is because I was thinking that he might be slightly better in this format, because he has he's been really good at solo plays on the highest level, whereas AtomiK is more of a disruptor and a team player. He does, you know, score a bit of solo goals, but nothing like a Chronic. And I wanted solo plays for, I think pickup teams doing solo plays is better than pickup teams trying to pass and trying to pressure. AtomiK's really good at pressure. A Chronic's better at solo plays. That's why I lean towards him. But AtomiK was the other player that I was deciding between. And the fact that he didn't go 19th pick, he actually went all the way through to 24th. Crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. So I was really surprised to see that. I would have definitely picked AtomiK earlier. Like individually, I'd put AtomiK ahead of Casio, ahead of Exotic. So if I wasn't going for the full French team, I probably would have picked AtomiK or a Chronic for my team's second pick. But obviously we're going for the Monkey Moon IWO roster, so didn't want to do that. Not sure why the other EU managers didn't rank him as high as I did, though. I didn't have a chance to ask, actually. Should have had Johnny as an NA manager. It's a manager thing. I don't think the NA managers even made that bad. Like, I was roasting them a little bit earlier, but it's all jokes. I think they actually did a decent job. You know, yeah, Dazarin's team turned out to be too many third men. I can see that. I totally agree that he probably shouldn't have drafted Torment second. Like, Miss Torment was a bit too passive of a draft, so that was definitely a mistake. But Athena's draft was really good. She drafted like a content powerhouse, and LJ last pick is really, really solid. LJ's a beast, so Athena got a good draft. I think Rilde's draft was excellent. He picked a team that worked really well around First Killer. They just didn't adapt to EU servers that well, but I'm sure they could have if they just went about it a bit more intentionally instead of just continuing to do their same style. And I thought Rilde's did a decent draft, or no, I thought Rizzo did a good draft too. I don't know what happened to that team. Don't know what happened to that team. I thought Rilde's and Rizzo had great drafts. Thought Athena's team made sense. The great content team, Turbo Arsenal, love to see it. And then think about T-Bait's team. JNap's Taroko Beast Mode was his first try. I think that was also going to be one of the best teams, if not the best in NA. So he drafted well, I think. And that just leaves Sizz. Okay, Sizz picked AJ and AtomiK, who have performed badly together in a draft tournament before this. So that was probably a mistake as well, because AJ AtomiK have been picked in a draft tournament together and lost. So the fact that you picked them again in a draft tournament and they lost again quite a few times. Yeah, that was maybe... So I think Sizz and Dazarin maybe made mistakes in the draft. But Athena, Rildes, T-Baits, Rizzo, I think they all drafted well. I thought their picks were good. Just not sure what happened to Rizzo's team. Not sure what happened. And yeah, NA definitely choked a little bit. Like the draft, that's the draft, but we're talking on the field, NA definitely choked a bit. You know, Rilde's team getting scored on in 0 seconds, that was a real big mistake. They did not need to do that. But they, you know, First Killer whiffed, Illusion whiffed, and then they got scored on in 0 seconds. That was a massive mistake. You had like multiple overtimes going the way of EU in clutch moments. Like EU just got more clutch in the overtimes, and in those like games it really turned out to matter a lot. So it wasn't just the draft, it was also just the NA teams didn't show up on the field as well. Not all of them, but you know, in some key moments. But yeah, overall, not asking Justin, not talking, like assuming based on what they knew, it was safe to assume Justin wouldn't play, and I think they had good reason for that. But they absolutely should have phoned, like, Sizz phoned Garrett to ask. He should have phoned Justin. Like the mistake, and the one mistake that NA really made in the draft was, like, instead of speculating over whether these really good players wouldn't play, they should have just phoned them or asked them. I think they did ask in a few situations, like Cyprical. I think they did ask and he said no. I think Squishy was asked and he said no. They didn't ask Justin, so that was a really big mistake. They did ask Chicago and Rettles, and they both said they couldn't. So in some cases they actually did ask. They just should have asked Justin too. But I can totally see why they would reach the same conclusion that they did. But in EU we had a different. What? AtomiK? How did he save that? Oh my goodness, the double save. That was absolutely insane. AtomiK is on another level, guys. I don't know how he saved that. I don't know how he saved either of those, especially the first one. But yeah, do I think that NA with Justin would have beaten EU? Absolutely no chance. Absolutely no chance. There is like a massive gulf in class. Justin is not going to be able to turn around the huge difference in regional disparity we saw in this event. Like, you're going to need more. You're going to need like 6 Justins to, one for each team maybe. I think if we could have one Justin on every NA team, then NA might have been like competitive. But one team getting Justin, nah, wouldn't make a difference. Rolliz thinks Justin was trolling. I don't know. I can't say. I don't know. It looked the tweet read pretty convincingly to me, but I don't know. Justin, not talked to him in ages. I know him and we've talked in the past at events, but that was like the last time I talked to him was like I think at I don't remember if we talked at DreamHack Montreal in 2019. We definitely spoke at Beyond the Summit in August of 2019. So 2 years ago. 2 years ago is the last time I remember speaking to Justin, and he's a really nice guy. I'm a big fan of Justin, both on the field and off the field. I'm always rooting for him. I rooted for him to win Season 8. People are calling me EU bias. I was actually cheering for Cloud9 when they won Season 6. I was cheering for NRG when they won Season 8. I was actually like pretty much either way on G2 Vitality Season 7. I didn't really mind because I like both those teams. Rizzo, Chicago, JNAPS, I like that team, and then Scrub, Fairy, K-Dop, I like that team too. So I was cool either way on that one. I really didn't mind. I did predict NA to outperform EU at that LAN because the EU had some random teams qualifying, but I didn't think we're actually the best in the region. Yeah, if you actually look at what I've said, I wasn't EU biased or RLCS events at all. Not at all. I did root for Flipside every time I was managing them, of course. Early seasons, season 1, 2, 3. And I rooted for. I think I rooted for everybody against Gale Force and Dignitas, to be honest, because I wanted to see them lose. But I respect what they were achieving. I think it was good for Rocket League that they dominated, like the Gale Force Dig. But I rooted for everybody that they played against because it was, underdog story. So most of the time, I think I rooted for NA because they are the underdogs. Roas beats Rally. Ooh. Yeah, Roas is crazy. I rate Roas. It's not a huge shock that he can beat Rally, but Rally has been popping off recently. A little bit too much spice on that reset flick from Fairy. And oh dear, where's noly going? The ball ain't going over there, noly. Whoa. Oh my goodness, the pull shot! The pull shot pass! What was this? Wait, AtomiK and... The pull shot pass, Catalysm and Tux are just on another level. How are you supposed to read that? Oh no, Team Shogun is not going to be happy about that one. How do you lose to the pull shot pass? They should have taken this. Team Shogun should have tied the series here. They really should have tied the series in this one. That's it. I don't think they come back. I don't think they come back from this. Team Shogun, more like Team Shogun. I guess it does have a little bit of similarity in those two words. Well done. Well done there, my friend. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I think it's going to be another 4-1, guys. I think they're going to be a bit tilted after that one. Losing to a goal like this is really annoying. But hey, AtomiK, he popped off. He had a crazy double save in regulation, scored the overtime goal. AtomiK's proving his worth here. Proving that he should not have been 24th pick. He should have definitely been picked sooner, in my opinion. But one other thing that I want to mention on pick order. For Europe, I know that quite a few of the managers picked players who they thought they would actually be able to convince to play for their team. That's why we saw Shogun picking noly Deevo, because they're teammates. We saw Rasmelthor picking 2 German players because they've played together before. I picked a full IWO roster. Jesse picked a full Carmine Corp roster. We tried to pick like good teams for ourselves. We didn't really care about stealing everybody else's picks. We were just trying to make the best teams selfishly. Not really looking at other people, just looking at what we're doing. So that's why I think AtomiK didn't get picked till late, because we had Shogun drafting English players at the end to surround with Fairy Peak with. We just made Guild Fairy Peak Edition. I made an IWO roster. Jesse made a roster that is actually a roster. Smellsworth picked players that he actually knows personally. He's talked to Extra, Joriez, and Cash before, so he wanted to pick them because he knows them. He'd never talked to AtomiK before, I believe. So yeah, that's why a lot of the managers in EU made those decisions. In fact, I think every manager, now I think about it. It's worth mentioning, by the way, not only did Rasmelthor not get his first pick, but Cole didn't get his first pick either. Rasmelthor lost his first 2 picks in Alpha and KDOP, and here they are, making progress in the tournament. And if he makes it into the next round, we're going to have him versus Cole, who also didn't get his first pick. Archie has a hand injury. Oh, what a shot. Noly's still popping occasionally here. Yeah, Archie also was unable to play, so that was a bit of a hit to Cole's team. But they're still doing pretty well with Mark by 8, Ixo CRR. Howard, Jack, and Jory is picked 10th, 11th, not in the same team. Because Shogun wanted Jack in his team. He picked Fairy Peak, and then he wanted Jack for the big brain team. Huge brain 1v1 legend team, but Jack couldn't play, so. Yeah, quite a lot of people in EU didn't get their rosters either. All the chat about NA people not getting the best players, but we lost our teams as well on occasion. Man, look at the German synergy, man. Tox and Catalysm once again. Tox to Catalysm, back to Tox, and then Catalysm finishes it off. Very, very nicely done there. Very, very nicely done. Joriez is 1v1 but no brain. Are you crazy? What are you talking about? Joriez no brain? What? Joriez has like an unreal Rocket League brain. Like go watch Joriez versus Roll Days, and you'll see that he's just so frustrated that Joriez is like making every single defensive backwall read. He literally just doesn't miss a backwall read. It doesn't matter how awkward it is. He's making the perfect safe touch to the corner, and there's no follow-up available. Like, Joriez is really, really good. And not just mechanically, he's so smart. I mean, Smell Esports have not just been like zero brain ball chase popping off on people. They've been playing like a real team. Smell Esports look so legitimate. Everybody says it. T-Bait said it when they lost to them. He admitted those guys are actually really good. T-Bait, Roldes said the same thing. Like, those guys are insane. But like everybody, all the NA managers, first thing they said after either losing or drawing with Smell Esports, the first thing they said is those guys are actually crazy. That's ridiculous that they're all so good as a pickup team. Abjack in Middle East right now to 1v1 Khaled. I seriously doubt that. I know Abjack's on holiday, but I don't think he went to the Middle East. I think probably the biggest surprise for Roll Days versus Smell Esports was how good Extra was. Extra scored the 0-second goal, scored the overtime goal against him, and also topped the scoreboard. He was like just everywhere that they didn't want him to be. So good at positioning and so calm under pressure. I bet you Roll Days has a new appreciation for Extra. He ranked Extra 24th in the world. Jack is in Dubai. Wait, actually. No way. No way. Is Jack gonna queue up Middle East servers? Is he gonna go against the Middle East players in ones? He went to visit his GF. Wait, Jack's girlfriend's in Dubai? Hold on a second. Has he tweeted about this? I need to look up Jack's Twitter. That's crazy. Wow, what a view, man. Oh, everybody's got to go see Jack's Twitter right now. That is a view. Hey, somebody get this man a PC. Somebody get Jack a login. Somebody lend him their their PC so he can 1v1 Khaled on Middle East servers. That would be content, actually. I don't think he's probably interested in playing Rocket League right now if he's on a holiday. He's probably having a good time. She went on holiday there and she had no idea that he was going. Wait. Somebody needs to explain that to me. I didn't understand that. So Jack's girlfriend went on holiday to Dubai and then Jack just like followed her. He's like, hey babe. She goes to get her bag and then Jack just comes around and is like, I got it. He surprised her. Whoa. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. I think Jack got a bit confused because see what you're supposed to do if you're going on like a surprise holidays, you're supposed to go together but not tell your girlfriend where you're going. And then, you know, you just show up at the airport. You're like, we're going to this place, that plane. Jack's just like actually rocked up in another continent. What a absolute gamer. Jack really has outplayed his GF on that one. She didn't see that coming. Yeah. He thought he had to be the surprise, not the place. Jack got it all wrong. I want to hear the story on that one. That's amazing. Jack going for IRL mind games. I did see Justin's tweet, yeah. Oh man. I knew Jack was smart, but I didn't realize he was that smart. Hey, Shogun's team showing some fight here. That was a really good game for them. Sorry, just had to inform Cash that it is an accelerated schedule today. If we have a 4-1, 4-0, we will look to get into the next lobby early. Jack doing a road to Ocalid. Yeah, he took it a bit, like, literally, took it to another level. I didn't see that one. Ooh. Oh, that's a nice finish by Catalysm here. He really read Fairy Peak's pass too. Completely read the infield. It's always risky to pass like this, close to a goalkeeper. Jack's girlfriend and family went to Dubai. Her family invited him, but didn't tell her. Oh, that's cute, actually. That's cute. That's cute. That's really cool. The fam coming in clutch. That's a totally different story from what I was initially told, that Jack just knew his girlfriend is in Dubai and he went there. There's a big difference between that first story I heard and then the family invited him. Like, those are two really different things. Chat were really like throwing Jack under the bus on this. Good read by Tox. Yeah, it does make a lot more sense when the truth comes out, huh? You always have to hear the full story before you judge. First story is way funnier. It's true. It is true. Uh-oh, Fairy Peak and Deevo still not, clearly haven't, they've not put their differences from Season 3 Grand Final aside. Deevo is able to beat Fairy Peak in the Season 3 Grand Final, of course, for RLCS. Northern Gaming against Mocka Esports. They have been fierce competitors for years. Now they are teammates. The happiest person in the world about Fairy Peak and Deevo being teammates is probably Gregan, because he managed both their teams. He managed Fairy Peak to win a World Championship, managed Deevo's team to win a regional in RLCS Season X. Are these lobbies slow or not? What are you talking about? Are these lobbies slow? What does that even mean? You mean the gameplay? It doesn't look slow to me. I mean the thing that is happening right now is, I think that an adaptation, sorry. It's funny I said adaptation. This is something I always hear casters say wrong, and I'm always thinking that's not a word. Adaptation is not a word, it's adaptation. Now I've gone and said it myself. So I've been thinking about it, that misspeak too much. But yeah, I think the adaptation from Team Shogun is they just tried to move up the field a little bit. They were sitting pretty deep and letting Team Raz come at them. Now they're just really, really aggressive. You see how high they're third. This is noly the third man. He's like in the back corner. FairJame the third man inside the half. Look how close they're moving when they're in offense. Trying to get some immediate, you know, recycles of possession plays. noly jumps into the demo. Looks like a double commit here. Can AtomiK make another heroic save? No, he can't. 1-1. Team Shogun keeping this very interesting. Yeah, look like they're just trying to be more aggressive in this matchup. They don't want to give space. Funnily enough, I think AtomiK might have had that save, by the way. He's been making a ton of heroic saves. He might have had that one as well. Might have had it. Oh, Deevo is positioned well, but he didn't have any boost. That was a pass to him off the back wall by FairJame, I believe. Yeah, AtomiK's been really impressive defensively in this matchup. The synergy between Tox and Catalysm has been impressive. And yeah, I think overall Team Rasmelthor has been the better team for me, but Guild FairJame Edition refusing to lose, which shouldn't surprise anybody. These guys don't know how to give up. They are staying in this one. noly's had a couple of big moments. FairJame, of course, had the hard read on AtomiK's pre-jump in game number 1. Oh, that should be a goal. And it is. Team Rasmelthor looking to take it in 6 here. That's a big misplay by Team Shogun. Big misplay. Deevo did have boost. Yeah, big misplay there. So FairJame wasn't able to get a touch on the ball as it came across. Deevo wasn't positioned to follow up if FairJame missed. So both of them completely irrelevant in the play eventually. This is going pretty much as expected, I would say. I think this is a very likely outcome up until now. Let's see if Team Shogun can change the destiny of the series in the final seconds of the game. Now if AtomiK's in defense, this guy's been reading everything after that game 1 outplay FairJame got on him. And that's going to be another one. Nobody closing down the shot. noly couldn't get the save on it. Tox over FairJame and then straight into the net. And this is a bit of, you know, this is the risk, this is the drawback of having such a high defensive line. You know, trying to move forward to pressure the ball like FairJame did there. You can really only do that if you've got someone behind you ready to challenge if the ball goes over you. He was kind of alone. I don't know if he knew he was alone. Player behind him went for boost. And this could be a last chance of the game for Team Shogun. They scraped into playoffs. Are they going to get anything out of it? No. Accuracy once again not there. And their accuracy did let them down quite a few times in this series. They've been deservedly eliminated by Team Rasmelthor, and Shogun, who could only go even with North America in the group stage, has now been eliminated from the event. Like, no question now. Absolutely no question. Shogun was the problem. Shogun was the reason why we even had to use a tiebreak to get rid of Roll Days. Just get him out of here. Get him out of here. NA, you can have him. You can have Shogun. You can have him. That means we got like Cole versus Rasmelthor in the next round, though. That's gonna be really close. I don't know who to go on this one because they were completely even in league play. Completely even in league play. After seeing Rasmelthor's team play, I think I'm gonna go Rasmelthor to win that. I think I'm gonna say Rasmelthor to win this after seeing how good they looked against Team Shogun. Then again, it is Team Shogun, so everybody looked good against them. Even NA could draw with Shogun. Sorry, just had to inform Cash that it is an accelerated schedule today. If we have a 4-1, 4-0, we will look to get into the next lobby early. Jack doing a road to Ocalid. Yeah, he took it a bit, like, literally, took it to another level. I didn't see that one. Ooh. Oh, that's a nice finish by Catalysm here. He really read FairJame's pass too. Completely read the infield It's always risky to pass like this, close to a goalkeeper. Jack's girlfriend and family went to Dubai. Her family invited him, but didn't tell her. Oh, that's cute, actually. That's cute. That's cute. That's really cool. The fam coming in clutch. That's a totally different story from what I was initially told, that Jack just knew his girlfriend is in Dubai and he went there. There's a big difference between that first story I heard and then the family invited him. Like, those are two really different things. Chat were really like throwing Jack under the bus on this. Good read by Tox. Yeah, it does make a lot more sense when the truth comes out, huh? You always have to hear the full story before you judge. First story is way funnier. It's true. It is true. Uh-oh, FairJame and Deevo still not, clearly haven't, they've not put their differences from Season 3 Grand Final aside. Deevo is able to beat FairJame in the Season 3 Grand Final, of course, for RLCS. Northern Gaming against Mocka Esports. They have been fierce competitors for years. Now they are teammates. The happiest person in the world about FairJame and Deevo being teammates is probably Gregan, because he managed both their teams. He managed FairJame to win a World Championship, managed Deevo's team to win a regional in RLCS Season X. Are these lobbies slow or not? What are you talking about? Are these lobbies slow? What does that even mean? You mean the gameplay? It doesn't look slow to me. I mean the thing that is happening right now is, I think that an adaptation, sorry. It's funny I said adaptation. This is something I always hear casters say wrong, and I'm always thinking that's not a word. Adaptation is not a word, it's adaptation. Now I've gone and said it myself. So I've been thinking about it, that misspeak too much. But yeah, I think the adaptation from Team Shogun is they just tried to move up the field a little bit. They were sitting pretty deep and letting Team Raz come at them. Now they're just really, really aggressive. You see how high they're third. This is noly, the third man. He's like in the back corner. And FairJame, the third man, inside the half. Look how close they're moving when they're in offense. Trying to get some immediate, you know, recycles of possession plays. noly jumps into the demo. Looks like a double commit here. Can AtomiK make another heroic save? No, he can't. 1-1. Team Shogun keeping this very interesting. Yeah, look like they're just trying to be more aggressive in this matchup. They don't want to give space. Funnily enough, I think AtomiK might have had that save, by the way. He's been making a ton of heroic saves. He might have had that one as well. Might have had it. Oh, Deevo is positioned well, but he didn't have any boost. That was a pass to him off the back wall by Fairy, I believe. Yeah, AtomiK's been really impressive defensively in this matchup. The synergy between Tox and Catalysm has been impressive. And yeah, I think overall Team Rasmelthor has been the better team for me, but Guild Fairy Peak Edition refusing to lose, which shouldn't surprise anybody. These guys don't know how to give up. They are staying in this one. noly's had a couple of big moments. FairJame, of course, had the hard read on AtomiK's pre-jump in game number 1. Oh, that should be a goal. And it is. Team Rasmelthor looking to take it in 6 here. That's a big misplay by Team Shogun. Big misplay. Deevo did have boost. Yeah, big misplay there. So FairJame wasn't able to get a touch on the ball as it came across. Deevo wasn't positioned to follow up if FairJame missed. So both of them completely irrelevant in the play eventually. This is going pretty much as expected, I would say. I think this is a very likely outcome up until now. Let's see if Team Shogun can change the destiny of the series in the final seconds of the game. Not if AtomiK's in defense. This guy's been reading everything after that game 1 outplay FairJame got on him. And that's going to be another one. Nobody closing down the shot. Noly couldn't get the save on it. Tox over Fairy Peak. And then straight into the net. And this is a bit of, you know, this is the risk, this is the drawback of having such a high defensive line. You know, trying to move forward to pressure the ball like Fairy Peak did there. You can really only do that if you've got someone behind you ready to challenge if the ball goes over you. He was kind of alone. I don't know if he knew he was alone. Player behind him went for boost. And this could be a last chance of the game for Team Shogun. They scraped into playoffs. Are they going to get anything out of it? No. Accuracy once again. Not there. And their accuracy did let them down quite a few times in this series. They've been deservedly eliminated by Team Rasmelthor, and Shogun, who could only go even with North America in the group stage, has now been eliminated from the event. Like, no question now. Absolutely no question. Shogun was the problem. Shogun was the reason why we even had to use a tiebreak to get rid of Roll Days.